this is what really bothers me, because so many people get into relationships and you pick somebody based upon who you are and who they are right now. Right? They look good, she cute, he's handsome, he chiseled, he has money. But the question becomes, what is my really interest built upon? Is it because of the tangible things? Because all that stuff fades, and finances, it changes. But the biggest thing that I want you to understand is that you're picking things and qualities now, not realizing you're going to change in the next 5 years.
Man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out.
What's going on, family? You guys are so amazing. It's your boy, Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS the podcast, but this is an extension, Love and Logic. Everything relationship, we talk about all things relationship. I love Love and Logic. I love dropping this thing every single week, bringing it to you guys. Because on today, I really want us to understand this. I took the long approach, so I'm going to break it down right here. It's not going to be long. I promise you. Give me about 5 to 6, 7 minutes, something like that. Bruh, man, from the fifth flow. Give me a minute and let me unpack this. I want you to get this into your listening, to your heart, because so many people are choosing people to date based upon qualifications that are temporary, right? You're picking somebody based upon how they look. They're cute. They have a nice figure. But you got to understand this. Love weight. Like, you get into a relationship, happy weight, you heard of happy weight before, right? You get into a relationship and the weight just comes because they just eat, and they get comfortable and they just let themselves go. Let's really be all the way honest. When you get into a relationship and you're really, really comfortable, right? Some things you're just going to let your hair down. Some areas you're going to let your hair down. Some areas you're not going to let your hair down. You're going to be strict about. But most times the weight area, it fluctuates. And I just really want us to understand and maintain this understanding. You can pick someone that's out of weight and you guys can get back in shape. There's this guy that I knew. He's a preacher, and I see his posts every now and then, but I saw this one post, crazy. He was heavy set, right? But then I saw this other post. He was crazy chiseled. He lost all that weight. So what I'm saying is, you can get with somebody that is overweight and encourage them and help them get into shape, and they will be this figure that you're so-called attracted to. What I really want us to understand and focus is on the core pieces of a person, their heart, right? Their mindset. These are things and qualities that can be adjusted, but from the core of what they believe and who they are, it won't change. Their character, it may alter a little bit because of life circumstances, but who it is that they are, that will remain. If they have a nasty heart, they're going to have a nasty heart. They can change. I believe that God can change them. But, however, never get into a relationship saying, listen, God is going to change them, or I'm going to change them. You can't change nobody. The truth of the matter is, let's really be honest, you have some issues with you that it's hard for you to change, right? So let alone trying to change somebody else. So I really want us to understand, before we get into a relationship, I really need to do my due diligence. How is your attitude? How do you act in all emotions? I need to see every single state of you, right? Because so many of us are picking people that look good now, but they don't complement the us that we're about to turn into in the next 5 years. Have you let that sizzle into your spirit? Because the truth of the matter is, you get with somebody day one or year 1, year 5, you're going to be somebody totally different. But they may never change. They may stay the same. So the question that I need you to ask before you get deep into a relationship, truth of the matter is, you can get so deep and engulfed into a relationship that you will begin to just fade away and overlook the red flags. So does the person that you're talking to of interest now, do they complement who you're trying to be in the next 5 years? Right? Do they complement you, or do they pull you down? I need you to really answer that, because so many of y'all are wasting time with people that cannot match your fly, right? You're wasting time with people that's going to hold you down in life and hold you back. They have no ambition. They have no drive. They don't have no integrity, right? But She thick as all outdoors. He drive a S 550. He live in a penthouse. She got the Coca-Cola shape. She makes six figures, and the truth of the matter is, let's really be honest, all those tangible things can change, or we can build it together. So I would rather, I'm gonna tell you this, and I get it. Some people will look at this as a vain thing or whatever, but I had this conversation with somebody and I agree. He said he didn't want the type of woman that was just overly beautiful, right? To the world. Now let's put this in perspective. You can have somebody that's overly beautiful to you because I'm gonna be honest with you, Sanaa Lathan, that's my girl. But there's some people that be like, Sanaa, nah, she ugly. Sierra, my girl. But some people like, nah, Sierra, nah, she ain't like that. So what I'm saying is I understood what he was saying. He said that he wants somebody that to him is overly, like gorgeous, right? But he didn't want someone that required, let's put in this perspective, that required all that attention. You know, like for example, no shade to the Instagram models. It is what it is. But he was like, listen, I'm cool in the gang on that. So the problem that happens with that is when you select women like that or men like that, you have to understand what this thing comes with because it's almost like a competition. And this is how most men feel. If I fail in the area, there will be another man that will step in or another woman that will step in and give you attention in the area where I'm failing at or where she's failing at or where he's failing at, right? So I understood the concept, but I had to reverse engineer that thing because so many people are looking for that look, but don't understand what that look comes with. And the truth of the matter is, let's really be all the way honest, does that look complement what I'm trying to get to in the next 4 years? In the next 6 years? Can they handle who I become? I'm gonna say this is my famous line. I would suggest you say this before you start dating seriously. What is something about the person that you cannot stand, like you don't like? Like this character flaw, I don't like. They drink too much. They smoke too much. They go out to eat too much. They spend too much money. Cool. Think about that thing. Now, if that never changes, could you still deal with this person? And many of you will answer no. But I noticed many of you still wasted your time with people that cannot complement who God is about to make you become or who God is about to allow you to walk into. You're about to be a whole totally different person. So what happens when you change? This is crazy. When you change, your likes change, your dislikes change. What aggravates you, I don't think y'all look at it this deep. What aggravates you changes. What you like to eat changes, especially when you begin to walk in a certain calling or you walk in a certain light and you're becoming somebody else. You may say, you know what? This is causing me to change my eating habits. No longer am I eating fried chicken. No longer am I eating fried foods, right? Matter of fact, I'm going vegan or I'm going pescatarian. So the question, can they handle that? Is that too much for them? Because usually when it's a man making that drastic change, if a woman cannot be on board, some men will be cool, some men won't be. I've met some women and I've met some men as well. But more particularly, I noticed that the women were really, really hard on it. I met one woman, she was vegan, and she said that she was trying to get into a relationship. And this is what she said. If the guy that I'm in a relationship with is not vegan, the relationship will not work. I said, why do you say that? She said, already we're not aligned. Wow. That's what I want you to take home today. Many of you are choosing people that you're not aligned with. Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, but you're just trying to put that puzzle together. Stop trying to make the puzzle fit that doesn't fit. And even if it does fit, doesn't mean that it's supposed to be there. So what I want to share with you, I'm done. Save yourself the heartaches. Do your research about this person up front. Find out who it is that they are. Find out who their family is. I'm telling you, save yourself a lot of headaches off the ripper.
Let you know, man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out, bro.